Emily stared at Mr. Richardson in disbelief, her eyes wide with shock. "You must be joking." He gently shook his head. "I'm not, but I understand it's unconventional. Think about it. Weigh everything. I'll come back in a week." He stood, gave her a brief nod, and walked out the door, leaving her speechless. She had known Mr. Richardson for 3 years. He owned a chain of gas stations, one of which she cleaned part-time. Always polite, always smiling, he treated his employees with surprising kindness for a man of his wealth. But today, he had offered something else entirely. 2 months earlier, Emily had finished her shift early and sat outside, enjoying the fresh air. Mr. Richardson approached from the back door. "Mind if I sit?" Emily jumped to her feet. Of course not. Relax, I don't bite." He chuckled. "Beautiful day, isn't it?" They chatted casually. Then his tone grew more serious. "Why are you still working as a cleaner? I heard Larissa offered you the cashier position a few times." Emily sighed. "I have a little girl. She's often sick. When she has attacks, I need to be home. Larissa has been kind enough to work around my schedule." Mr. Richardson nodded. "What's wrong with your daughter?" She hesitated. "Doctors don't really know. Breathing issues, panic attacks. They say she needs expensive testing, but we can't afford it." Later that night, Emily received an unexpected bonus. No explanation, just kindness. She hadn't seen him since, until today. Mr. Richardson returned, not to the station, but to her home. And his proposal? He had a son, Lucas, just under 30. 7 years ago, Lucas was in a car accident. Since then, he had lived in a wheelchair, sinking deeper into depression. He had shut out the world, even his father. Mr. Richardson believed one thing might spark life in Lucas again. A wife. Not a caretaker, a real, legal wife. Even if the marriage wasn't built on love. "I'll pay you well. You'll live comfortably. Your daughter will receive the medical care she needs. Stay 1 year, no strings afterwards." Emily was outraged, but Mr. Richardson continued gently. "You're respectable, kind. You won't be touched against your will. Just please consider it. I believe you're the one who can help him." "And your son agrees to this?" "He trusts me. I'll tell him I'm sick or the business is failing. He'll never know. It's a lie, yes, but one for good." That night, Emily got a frantic call. "Emily, come quick. It's Sophie. She can't breathe again." The ambulance arrived as she did. The doctor looked exhausted. "You need specialists, real ones, in the capital." As he left, Emily picked up her phone. "Mr. Richardson, I agree."
The next morning, a sleek black car pulled up. Mr. Richardson stepped out with a young man, clean-cut, polite, but distant. Emily packed quickly. "Bring only the essentials. Everything else we'll buy new." Sophie's eyes lit up at the mansion. "Mom, it's like a castle." Mr. Richardson smiled, lifting her in his arms. "Do you want to ride up front?"
"Can I really?"
"Absolutely. The police won't dare stop us," he winked. They met Lucas only a few times before the wedding. He was pale, withdrawn, barely spoke. Emily found him handsome, tragic, but intelligent. He never once mentioned the upcoming wedding. The dress arrived the day before. Emily gasped. "This must have cost a fortune." Mr. Richardson smiled. "Don't ask, just wear it." He then pulled out a miniature version for Sophie. She squealed in delight. As they tried the dresses, Emily turned and saw Lucas at the doorway. For the first time, he smiled, just a little, watching Sophie twirl. The wedding was small, elegant. Lucas chose to stay at the mansion rather than a honeymoon getaway. In their shared bedroom, he kept to himself. The bed was enormous. He stayed on one side. Emily, exhausted, slept peacefully. Days passed. Slowly, they spoke more. He was incredibly smart, philosophical even, funny. He never touched her, and she started to feel safe. One night, Sophie had a violent attack. Emily screamed for help. Lucas rolled in, already dialing for an ambulance. Doctors arrived, not local ones, but private specialists. Then came the family physician. Hours later, they had an answer. Sophie likely suffered a birth injury, a hidden fracture pressing on a nerve. Emily froze. What does that mean? It means she needs surgery, but the prognosis is excellent. She'll recover. Emily cried. Lucas took her hand. She's strong, like her mother. One day, Emily found Lucas on a strange machine. A rehab device, he explained. I should have used it years ago, but I gave up. Watching Sophie fight, watching you fight, I couldn't sit still anymore. His father walked in, stunned. Lucas looked up and simply said, "Hi, Dad." When Emily and Sophie returned from the hospital, Mr. Richardson met them at the door. Lucas, he's been drinking for 2 days. She stormed into the room. The lights were off. What are you doing? Why do you care? Because I'm your wife. I won't watch you destroy yourself. Lucas looked broken. But it's over, right? The year's almost up. Sophie's fine now. You don't need to stay. Emily raised her chin. Don't be a fool. You're not broken, just scared. And I'm not leaving. Months passed. Lucas began to stand, wobbly but upright. Doctor said he might walk again soon. Mr. Richardson grew nervous. The year was almost up. Would she leave? That evening, they sat down for dinner. Emily took Lucas's hand. We have news. Richardson braced himself. Are you leaving? Lucas smiled. No, we're staying. And you're going to be a grandfather. Tears welled in the old man's eyes as he pulled them both into a tight embrace.